Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to make candied sweet potatoes. I made a purpose to buy them in this package so you could see the difference. There is a major difference between sweet potatoes and yams. They come from two different families. And if you see, these are tubular. They have like pointed ends and they're oranger in color and the skin's thin. I wanted to get a yam to show you guys to compare, but once again I forgot or didn't get one, whatever the reason. They're more round, they're more fibrous, they're more light, they're lighter in color, they're not as orange. And a girlfriend of mine named Stella, since everybody now has seen my channel and they're requesting that I give them credit, she told me about 30 years ago, I bought these to make a pie, then I changed my mind at the last minute and decided to make candied sweet potatoes. She said buy them small, they're less likely to have those fibers and those straws and strings when you're making pie. There is a way to get them out, but who wants to deal with that? And ever since she told me that, I try and get them little. But if you don't mind going through the couple extra steps to get rid of the strings, if you're gonna make pie, then get them bigger. I'm gonna go ahead and get everything set up. I've got cinnamon, pure vanilla, some allspice, butter, brown sugar, and cinnamon and sugar. I'm debating on whether or not if I'm gonna use the allspice and ground cinnamon. If I do, it'll be just a little, and I'm also chewing on how I'm gonna cut these potatoes. I have my mandolin, I'm gonna peel them for sure, and I have a knife, two different knives. So we'll see how this works out. I'll be right back. I'm gonna put you guys on pause and get the potatoes washed and cut some of them up to save on time. Okay everyone, I decided to peel them with the peeler, and that is the safest way unless you're old school and you're good with the paring knife. I wouldn't do it any other way. I've got the other three already peeled, and then I'm thinking about, I really want to use the mandolin because I'd like them all to be the same size. So I'm going to see if that'll work out for us. If not, I'll go off camera and use the knife, because anybody that's a nurse or works in the healthcare profession, a physician, or the ER really, you do not want to spend your day off in the emergency room, because I'm going to give you a little tip. It can play two ways with a laceration. They can be very busy with shortness of breath, people that can't breathe, chest pain, strokes. Those sutures will be last. If they're slow or they've got somebody that can sew on the side, you could be in and out. They might put you in a room and have somebody suture up and get you going, get your tetanus shot and get you on your way. But I don't want to take any chances, because I would just be so mortified to have to sit in the ER on my day off for some sutures. I've done it before, it bites. So I'll be right back and see if I can get the mandolin working and show you how that works. Okay everyone, I'm back. I'm not really happy with the mandolin. I don't know if I've got it. They're kind of too thin for what I want. I don't quite want them that thick. So I'm going to put you on hold and play with this again and see if I can't get them to the desired thickness, because if not, these are too thin. I want them about that size together. So I'm going to play with this, or I might have to go to the knife. I'll be right back. Okay guys, I'm back. I've got my burner on high, and what I'm going to add is 1/4 of a cup of water and let that come to a boil. And what I did was I used the knife because the mandolin was slicing them too thin. So what I decided, I'm going to put those on top, and I'm going to put the thicker cut ones on the bottom, so they'll cook longer because they're thicker. I like them a little thicker, and I like them cut in half also, because that way they're easier to eat with a fork. And what I'm going to do here is put some brown sugar on top and some white sugar, just kind of layer it, and then put some more potatoes on top. And layer it again. Some more brown sugar and white sugar. I'm going to put the last potatoes on top, and these are the thinner sliced ones, because I got this recipe from my Aunt Pauline, and she said you got to cook them on top of the stove, and I'm sure you can cook them in the oven. She just said you had to. And I've got it on high right now, and I'm going to cut that down to medium high and let those cook. And what you don't want to do is have the lid completely on. that will burn your potatoes. And what a lot of people don't know is that potatoes have a lot of water, like cabbage. And most of the time when people serve sweet potatoes, they're having sweet potatoes. They're not really candied yams, even though they'll call them candied yams. And the secret to this is you don't touch them. And I got the orange juice here because I forgot to tell you guys I'm going to add a little bit of splash of orange juice to that. So I'm going to go ahead and let these cook for, they got to cook for at least 10 minutes. So I'm going to set the timer and not mess with them. And then I'll come back and show you guys what I'm doing to them. Okay guys, so they've been cooking about 8 minutes. So I'm going to pull them off the heat. And what I'm going to do is start flipping them over, the ones on top, so they can get some of the caramelization on top also. And I'm going to put some more brown sugar and cinnamon. And I'm going to put some, just a little bit of allspice because I want to keep them orange. And I know that kind of messes them up. And I'm adding some pure vanilla. And then a tiny bit of cinnamon, and then put them back on. I'm going to add a little bit more brown sugar and let them keep cooking. So I'll be right back. Okay everyone, I got about 7 seconds left, so I'm going to pull them off the stove and I'm going to flip them over really good. So the bottom ones now are on the top and the top ones are now on the bottom. Let me cut that off. And then I'm going to cook them another 10 minutes. I'm going to give them a splash of OJ and put them back on and let them continue to cook. And as you see, some of them are already starting to break up. So that means they're cooking because you want them to have some texture, kind of almost a little bit of orange juice, like a scalloped potato. You don't want them really mushy when they're candied. So I'm going to let these go 8 minutes and then come back and show you guys what they look like. Okay everyone, they're done. I'm going to cut them off, and then what you do here, I'm going to remove them from the heat, and I'm going to add, not quite a stick of butter. I'm just going to drop that in. Not going to stir these at all. Just add the butter and put the lid back on and let it melt. And then I'll come back. Now what I'm going to do is tell you guys my joke, then I'll come back. Okay. Unfortunately, the neighbors next door had a little baby that was born without ears. And the parents were so afraid next door of their little son Johnny, of what crazy thing he might say. So when they arrived home, the couple, they invited little Johnny and his family over to visit the baby. So little Johnny's parents were very afraid of some wisecrack he might say about the baby. So little Johnny's dad had a long talk with little Johnny before going to the neighbors. He said, "Now son, that poor baby was born without ears. Oops. You will not say one word about his ears. I'm going to really spank your butt when we get back home, I promise." The son said, "I promise Dad, I will not mention his ears at all." At the neighbor's home, little Johnny leaned over the crib and touched the baby's hand. He looked at his mother and said, "Oh, what a beautiful baby." The mother, who braced herself for Johnny's comment, was pleasantly surprised and said, "Thank you very much, little Johnny." He then said, "This baby has perfect little hands and perfect little feet. Why, just look at his pretty little eyes. Did his doctor say he could see good?" The mother was a bit bewildered. Hesitantly, she replied, "Why, yes. His doctor said he has 20/20 vision. Why do you ask?" Little Johnny said, "Well, it's a good thing because he'd be screwed if he needed to wear glasses." Okay, terrible. You can't take him anywhere. So anyway, I'm gonna take the lid off and show you the final product of the candied sweet potatoes. And this is what they look like. And take a fork and stick them. They're perfectly cooked. They're soft, they have a little texture to them, and a little bit of bite. And if you like them sweeter, you know they're never too sweet for me, add some sugar. You know, make sure your sugar content is correct. Because I like them sweet, you might want to cut back on the sugar. So I'm going to put you on pause and show you this in a bowl. Okay everyone, there's the finished product, all done, delicious. For me, they could have been a little bit sweeter, but I guess they're okay as far as the sweetness goes. They're sweet, but you know they're never too sweet for me. Give this recipe a try. It only takes 25 minutes tops, minus the prep time. And like I said, the mandolin that I have, it slices them too thin. It's more for a gratin. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video and my joke. Please hit the subscribe button, and I will see you on the next one. God bless and have a good evening.